What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm as excited as I've ever been. I'm shot out of a cannon. I am a kid on Christmas Day. I am in California, Anaheim to be exact. Today is Wednesday. It is the day before the start of the NAMM show here in beautiful Anaheim, California. I'm in my hotel room. Don't ask me why there's a bunk bed. Hadn't figured that out yet. But I am here to go and see and shoot something brand new. And it is, wait for it, 2 new speakers from our friends over at Electrovoice. EV is making now. You've been asking for it. You've been waiting for it for years. The Evolve 70 and the Evolve 90. So I'm heading to the convention center right now to go to their demo room to see these things, hear these things, and ask all the questions that you guys want to know. So stick around, watch this video, and if you're just now finding me, please subscribe to the channel. Let's freaking go. It's time to see some new gear. Okay, so we have made it into the NAMM show. As you can see in the background, people are still setting up. I have found my location after picking up my badge and finding my way to the back of the level 2 and the ACC North. This place is massive. This is one of the biggest trade shows in the world. Anyway, let me show you what I have found. This is your very first look at them. My first look at them. Are you ready? Evolve 70, Evolve 90. A true first look. No more BS. Here we go. So there you have it. The 70 and 90, very first look. Guess who we have with us?
Hey!
It's my man, Mike Dussault.
Thank you, buddy.
Marketing guru, legend.
It's just EV, dude, whatever. You know.
He's my guy. Whenever I need help with EV stuff, I call this guy. So we're gonna put a mic on him. We're gonna walk over here to the other display, and I'm gonna ask all the questions that you guys want to get answered. So like I said, I am here with my friend Mike Dussault. He has been helping me with EV gear for years now. I've bought every single thing they've ever made, pretty much.
Yeah.
As you guys have seen, we've made countless videos. Today, we're getting our very first look at the Evolve 70 and the Evolve 90 right here at the NAMM show. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of let Mike do his thing. He's been working on this project for years.
Oh man, so many years.
I mean, plural,
yeah.
plural years.
Yeah, long time.
And so I'm gonna kind of ask him some questions that you guys probably want to get answered and let him do his thing, and then I'll just shoot and step back and watch. Here we go. Okay, Mike, so a labor of love, a passion project, something that we as DJs have been wanting ever since the Evolve 50 has come out. We've got the Evolve 70 and the Evolve 90. Let's start off right out of the gate. Just tell us what's, obviously the size.
What's new?
What's different? What's new?
Yeah, I mean, look, these were built for one reason only, right?
Yep.
To get louder and bigger and lower, right? And that's what we really wanted to accomplish, right? When we launched the 50 and then came out with the 30, right? You know, we're listening to our customers all the time and wanted to make sure that we heard that feedback, right? And we've been working on it for a long time. And so the idea is just taking everything that's great about column systems and making it bigger and louder and being able to serve a wider audience, right? Because that's what you guys are doing, is getting bigger and bigger events. So giving you guys that opportunity to do different things with it. And, you know, it's not a one size fits all approach. This is for bigger events, right? Yep. The 50 is still perfectly suited for your average wedding, right?
Yep.
But you want that next level, this is where these come in. And so what's really interesting about what we did, and we took a lot of time really trying to understand the market, right? Everyone was asking us for a 15-inch sub, 15-inch sub.
Sure.
Absolutely, we hear you. That makes sense because it is a good balance of power and portability, right?
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
It was just a 12, right?
Yeah, the 50 was a 12, the 30 is a 10-inch sub. So it's that next step up from the 50, of course. Right. But knowing what we know about the market in the way production happens, there's other families of speakers we have, like in ETX or EKX as an example, that have both a 15 and 18-inch sub in those families. Sure. And we know, because we sell them every day, that the 18s typically outsell the 15s by like a 85 to 15 ratio. Okay. It's like everybody kind of leans towards the 18s, right? So we wanted to surprise the market, not only catch up to what others were doing, but exceed that with the 15 and then take it to the next level with an 18 and just crush, man. Take it to another stratosphere. And, you know, these guys work their butts off. All credit to our amazing engineers and our product staff that have worked so hard, but that's what we have here.
Man, they're absolutely beautiful, man, just from a just aesthetic standpoint of walking up and seeing something. You know, we're looking at these really 4 right here. You've got obviously 30, 50, 70, 90 in that order. Those white Evolves you guys have seen me using for the last, when did they come out?
The 50s probably came out about 8 years ago. I want to say, 2016, 2017, something like that.
So I've been using those at almost every gig since. When I needed to go bigger, I would always go either ELX 200s or the ETX with the 18 and the 12 on top. But like most people, as a wedding DJ, I didn't like the look. And it's more parts. You gotta remember the pole. I went to 3 gigs in the last 2 years and forgot the pole. It goes between the 12 and the bottom. So anyway, I love these speakers. You know that. So tell us a little bit about, obviously we got black and white in the 70 and the 90. Let's talk a little bit about the weight, or, you know, around about the weight. I know we were talking about the 90 right when I walked in. So
I mean, that was a concern, right? And you know, people have, you know, been asking for us to do something similar to like that. But there's obviously the flip side is the concern, at what point does it become too big, right? So we're really happy to announce that the 70 weighs in at, Andy, what is it on the 70? I think it's 78 pounds. 78 pounds. That's the full system, right? And that's the sub, the pole, and the top, right? At 78 pounds, that's something like 25 pounds lighter than the LD44 G2, I think. It's also lighter than the Evox 12, right? So spec for spec, like size for like size, we're lighter on the market, higher SPLs, all that stuff we'll dig into as well. But if we're just talking about weight, this is one of the lightest 15-inch column systems on the market. The neodymium drivers in the top really help shave a lot of that weight down because they're a very lightweight, very strong magnetic material, so they're very efficient. Then when you get to the 90, this full system I think is 98 pounds. So again, is it heavier? Sure, of course it's heavier than a 50. Look at it. But it's, again, for a full 18-inch system to be under 100 pounds, right? This full system is lighter than, say, for instance, just the ETX 18 sub by itself, right? And is even still, even though this is an 18, is also lighter than the Maui 44, which is only a 15-inch system. So we've really done a great job at using the right materials, lightweight but strong, and reinforcing it in the right places so it's still very, very durable, but saving weight wherever possible, as much as possible. And so, is it bigger? Yes. Is it heavier than a 30? Is it heavier than a 50? Yes, of course, but it's still very, very manageable. And to be able to get that column aesthetic, that super fast setup with just pole, top, done. No cable, no cables, no nonsense, plug it in and go. You get all that convenience and of course that clean, beautiful look that these Evolves have, right? All in a package that's very, very manageable.
Super manageable. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the weight, we've talked a little bit about the design, how they look. I'm gonna kind of let Mike now talk a little bit about some of the nerd stuff that I have no idea about. Amps, watts, SPL, all that. So Mike, if you don't mind, just kind of run us through, and again, give us the high level, what DJs would want to hear without completely going Vinsto nerd on me. Like, talk to me about
what is the system? What are we gonna get out of it?
Right, sure. What are we getting out of it?
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Because the things you want to know most, right? We talked about the weight.
Sure.
We talked about the setup, that's easy, right? What you really want to know is how loud does it get, right? And the 70 will get up to 133 dB max SPL, which is significantly louder than the 50, and the loudest 15 on the market again. So we raised that level, right? The 70 will get up to 134 dB, so a little bit louder in SPL. But the big difference between the two, although similar as far as output, is the low end extension that you get out of an 18-inch sub. This bugger will go all the way down to 28 hertz, right? Which is that's deep. We've got a very unique design in both of these subs called a laminar vent design. Without getting too nerdy, it's essentially in the inside of it, there's a port that looks like almost an airplane wing.
Okay.
And if airplanes, you know how the wind travels faster under it than over it, that creates the lift.
Okay.
It's almost creating a different type of airflow in there that really eliminates kind of that port noise. Some subwoofers kind of
Is that new on the 70 and 90, or that was
that's
also
brand
the 50?
new. We did do a similar design on these, but it really becomes important when you get to higher SPLs, bigger subs, because you start pushing them harder and harder and asking it to do more and more low-end content.
Right.
And sometimes those ports can't always keep up with the amount of air it needs to move.
Okay.
So it's a really unique design, very cool stuff. They sound incredible. And really that low-end extension in overall SPLs. Now you're getting, with these systems, you're getting conventional loudspeaker, like two-way tops and sub-level performance. These are running up in ETX, EKX stratosphere.
Even though it's a column.
That kind of SPLs, right? But what we've also done then is, on the tops, increase the driver size up here, right? And they do share the same top, okay? It's only the subs that are different.
Oh, interesting.
So they do actually share, and within these is 8 different 4.7-inch neodymium drivers, okay? So again, very lightweight. Over each one of those drivers, it's hard to see unless you really get close and shine a light behind the grill. We actually have a waveguide over each one of those drivers, and that achieves perfect summation between all those drivers. So they're interacting like an array the proper way. We're not just pointing this one that way or doing some goofy things. This is actual summation of all the drivers that gets proper alignment the right way. And what we've done is made a slight tweak in the overall coverage then.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Do they have that wide coverage like the 50s did?
Absolutely. So we didn't want to go too wide, right? Because too wide is bad. If you're in a venue and you start splashing sound off the walls, that's just going to create acoustic problems for you. So we didn't want to go any wider. Just like the 30 and 50, these are 120 degrees wide, in the horizontal plane. But because they're taller and more powerful, we could actually collapse the vertical coverage to, instead of 40 degrees on these, we've narrowed it to 25. So it's a little more focused, which also then gives you a greater throw, right? So you've got the throw and you've got a proper width, and it's just perfect for crowd heights. I think overall, they're about 7.5 feet tall, roughly. There's a slight difference in height between them.
Yeah, they're very close.
So they look taller than they are right now, because we actually have them up on a pedestal,
by the way, guys.
Right? So they're a little taller than they would be, but we'll get some ground level ones for you to look at too. But overall, like, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about louder, we're talking about lower, and really coming to a place where you're getting that level of performance that you would expect.
Okay, so far, great look, high level stuff. We're going to look now at a few other things that I know you guys are interested in, especially how to pack these things up. What are they going to go in? How are you going to roll them in? How are you going to get them out quickly? As always, that's kind of one of my things that I've always been working on. How can I get into a venue faster? How can I get out faster and get home to my kids faster? So let's talk a little bit about that. So we got these on a little shorter rise.
Yeah, I can reach these ones.
That's right. So talk about, we saw, you know, what we've loved about these, or what I've loved about them, is that there is no speak-on cable between the top and the bottom. In fact, I just repaired 2 PowerCon or speak-on cables last week that just had gotten tugged on from a different product. It's just another thing that can go wrong.
They wear out, yeah.
All the wiring is there in the pole. So are these going to break down just like the 50s, where the pole and the top are going to go into a bag?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's that Cordura material with the zipper.
Yep. A very similar material, maybe a little bit heavier duty, because they are a little bit heavier, obviously.
Sure.
But overall, very lightweight. Obviously, you can still kind of move it around.
Totally
real easy.
Yep.
The pole is obviously shorter than what you're used to on the 30 and 50, because the overall column is bigger. And the sub are bigger, right? So we can't have this thing 10 feet tall, or nobody would be able to deal with it. But yeah, same similar design. Hopefully that stays upright, or we'll just kind of tilt it there for a second. But yeah, same sort of thing. Magnetic latching. Everything connects into place, and away you go. So,
and then how's the sub pack up?
The sub is basically just grab and go. We didn't put any wheels on it because wheels have a tendency to rattle and buzz over time.
Right.
In addition to that, not everybody moves their subs the same way. Some people use rock and roller carts or two-wheel dollies, whatever you want to do. So we didn't want to build in the cost of wheels to every single sub if you really didn't need them. So we do have an optional dolly kit that will slap on the bottom of these if you want it, but can be removed during your show, right? So they're not rattling or buzzing when you're really hitting these things.
So it's more part of the bag then?
No, it's not part of the bag. No, it's just a separate plate that kind of goes on.
And these will have just the same type of kind of like the cover, like the ETX or the EL?
Yeah, slip cover or obviously things like that. There'll be plenty of aftermarket cases available and all that good stuff, right? We also did some really cool things ergonomically.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. While we got it on this spinner here, talk a little bit about some of the features.
Yeah, the handles here, I mean, you can this one I wouldn't recommend just lifting all the way, but it is another place to grab. These handles are really cool because you've got it here to lift, but also kind of a more ergonomic one. You know, most people aren't going to lift straight up. Your hands are at like a weird angle if you were doing that. What you're really going to do is something like this. So they're angled so that you can lift and comfortably carry it up against your body, which is how you're going to want to do it. Exactly. So we really thought about that. Overall, the aesthetic is very similar to what you saw. Obviously, the same grill pattern, the things like that. Logo only on the bottom, so you're not disrupting your event with ugly logos all over the place. A nice clean look.
So while we got it turned around, let's start talking about the menu here. The guts.
Yeah, some
the
really
electronics
stuff. Let me peel the sticker off.
There we go.
The first time.
Wow. That's so satisfying.
Isn't that the best part?
Let me keep that as
That's the best part of everything. Yeah, that's probably the first one ever removed in the world.
We just saw it here first.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously we can get into the menu and there's all sorts of things. We've upgraded to a full color LED display. Right. So
this was like the new the
ZLX has this. Yeah, exactly. So we upgraded to that, and you've got all sorts of stuff in here. You've got input metering as well as your output metering, right? So you can tell, is it your input that's clipping or perhaps an output that's clipping? If you've got any issues, you're going to be able to see that. We do have Bluetooth stereo connectivity, so you can connect two of these Bluetooth wirelessly, so you don't have to have an XLR between them. So you can just connect and pair them together, and you're good to go. Right?
Obviously, these are going to work on the Quick Smart app as well.
Absolutely, for control. So all the basic stuff that you're used to in all the EV products is there. You know, you've got presets for music or live sound or speech settings, things like that. You've got EQ, you know, a separate sub level plus low, mids, highs. You've got delay. You've got a few different outputs here that I'll talk about. All that good stuff is in here. Everything you'd really expect. Right, is there for you.
And then multiple inputs as well.
Exactly. And if you want to do anything on the input side, very quick for you to just select that input and make adjustments to level or things like that, right? You can then change, just obviously does have an auto ducker, which is pretty cool. Phantom power up to 48 volts. So if you're plugging in any acoustic pickups or mics or any condenser mics, you can do it that way too, and then just deselect it and you're out of that
You're
channel.
back to the master.
So
you know what else I noticed? You got PowerCon.
PowerCon, twist lock.
IEC now.
Yep, exactly. So we upgraded to something a little more secure, a little bit more higher voltage. So wanted to make sure that we get a good secure connection back there, and obviously lock it in and you're good to go.
Beautiful.
Some other cool things that we did that are new to this. We got some feet on the back, so if you want to tip it and just lay it down, you're not scuffing up your amp panel or anything like that.
Not to run it, you mean just to?
Just for moving it around as needed or whatever, just to protect it. Yeah, just to protect it a little bit from bumping up. We did add an AES EBU input, which is a digital input. It's not really common in a lot of DJ mixers, but some of the high-end ones do have it, and you see that a lot with live sound consoles now with AES EBU. So I think that's a trend that's going to start coming this way. It's a much cleaner signal because it's not analog, it's purely digital the entire way. So that's a really nice feature to have. You've got a few different outputs. So you've got a mix out, so you can change the signal before you send it out.
Right.
You do have a subwoofer output. So if you do want to daisy chain multiple subwoofers, you can do that and still be crossed over properly.
Nice.
As well as adding a cardioid mode to these. So if you want to add multiples and really steer that low end, you can do that as well. And then you've got this really cool bugger right here is a quick smart link. So this is similar to what we have on the Evolve 50M, and you can actually connect two of these together with an Ethernet cable. And then share the inputs between the two systems. So if you want to plug in one mic here, one mic there, another mic in your other system, and another one, you will get all of that information within both speakers. Even
is
though
that a proprietary cable?
Yeah, no, just an Ethernet. Any Cat 5, Cat, like any Ethernet cable will do the job for you there.
That's awesome.
And it's a really cool feature to have to expand your inputs rather than just having one inputs over here, one inputs over there. It allows you to share them between the system and easily expand the number of inputs that are available to you. So
I love it, man.
Really, really good stuff. You know,
I love the spinning platforms there.
Yeah, we did a good job with the display. It looks pretty cool. They look fantastic in white, and unlike some companies, we're not upcharging for that. So the price is the same.
Price is the same. Okay.
Black or white,
Black or white. All right, Mike. So we've seen basically all the stuff that I really wanted to see, all the things I really wanted to ask. I think we've answered most of our viewers' questions. Let's talk a little bit about the pricing, because that's
what matters, right?
It could have been question one, but I'm making them watch it longer so you can tell them personally.
You're cruel, but it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait.
And then I'm going to get my true reaction. True, like have not heard any music in this room since we started filming, and get my true first reaction before I decide if I'm going to purchase them. All right. Hit us with the price, Mike.
All right. So the 70, the 15-inch version, right, competes with a lot of existing stuff in the market. But, it took a while to get there. We're sorry, but we had to perfect it first. We didn't want to put something out that wasn't right, and we nailed it. So not only is it better, it's louder, it sounds better, the features are better, it's lighter. Everything about this is just fantastic, and we wanted to do you a solid, so we priced it at $27.99.
Beautiful.
Which is actually $200 less than the Evox 12 at the time you're watching this. And actually, I think $100 less than the LD. I'm not even sure, but it's one of the cheapest. It's all the good stuff. $27.99 is the price at time of release. And only a slight upgrade if you want to get up to the 90. Bigger, lower, all that good stuff. That's $31.99. So you're going to pay a premium for that step up to the 18. But it's definitely, if that fits the bill for what you need, that's money well spent. And while that sounds like a lot of money, and believe me, it is, right?
It is, right?
That's a lot of money. But you do have to consider what that's competing with. And if you were going to buy a similar system, that's the whole thing. That's the sub, that's the top, that's everything you need. If you're going to buy similar performing components separately, right, you're way above that if you're performing at this level. So we priced it right, and the product is perfect.
I love it. I love it.
What else can I tell you?
Retailers are going to be taking pre-orders anytime now.
If you're watching this, it means we've released it. We expect to be shipping in early summer. So hopefully by the time that wedding season really kicks into full gear, hopefully it's going to be in your hands. In the meantime, though, I highly recommend checking out our various retailers' websites. Go to the dealer of your choosing, someone who's really going to support you and done a great job, an EV authorized dealer. And they're taking pre-orders now. So get in line, because this is going to be a hot one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So before I pass judgment, all right, I have to hear them, right?
Yeah.
So let's do it this way. I feel like we do it this way. And again, I wish you guys were here. You should be at NAMM if you are really into gear and stuff like I am, so you could really hear it, because obviously the microphones we're wearing are not going to do this justice. But let's go 50, 70, 90. Right. Let's just get a little demo.
So you get the jump.
Yeah. And let's go same song, like whatever that is, like whatever you guys deem as your kind of demo song.
We got a pre-recorded demo. So they're different songs.
Okay.
They're going to stop.
That's what I want to hear, because I'm so, like, even just my initial reaction, I thought the 50 was the 30, to be honest with you, when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Because it looks so small compared to these guys. Last question before we move to the sound demo. Is there going to be an M, or is there no need for an M?
No need for an M. We believe at this level, we've given you enough inputs to do most of the shows you're doing, but generally when you're doing larger productions like this, you've got an outboard mixer anyway, right? If you're dealing with 16, 24 inputs, right?
If you're going to the 18, you would be running some sort of...
Exactly right. We didn't want to overcomplicate it. So we kept that clean, spent the money really where it counts for this, and that's the performance, right? So that's what you're getting.
Perfect. Let's hear some music.
Let's go.
All right, we're just letting them load up the demo here. They get this room all lit up. Like I said, our friend Jeremy Breck lit it. They got some haze going. They got every basically model that they sell here today. Got the EV mics, as you've seen on Beyond the DJ Booth podcast with me and Brian B.
Just waiting on them.
Just waiting on them.
Let's go.
Waiting on them.
Working furiously. I threw them kind of a loop at them.
That's okay.
Dial in your sound with user-friendly QuickSmart mobile control and enjoy stunning audio clarity every time. Plug in your inputs and go. The Evolve 50M is truly an all-in-one solution. Now playing Evolve 50.
Like a cooking egg on it. Late night game time, coffee on the stove. Your sweet ice cream, but you could use a flavor.
That's just the 50. That's the 50. Oh, yeah.
I don't want you to get lost. I don't want you to go wrong. I want you. Since I love you, babe.
Wait till them horns hit now. Here we go. You ready? Woo! Now watch this. The new Evolve 70. We hear you. Now hear us. Finally, bigger, louder, portable sound evolved. Step into the future of sound with the all-new Electrovoice Evolve 70. Built to outperform the competition, this system combines cutting-edge driver technology with upgraded DSP processing, delivering sound that's louder, clearer, and more immersive than ever before. With its 15-inch laminar vented subwoofer and 8 4.7-inch neodymium drivers, the Evolve 70 doesn't just play music, it impacts your performance, bringing every note, beat, and lyric to life with unmatched precision. For those who demand superior sound, the Evolve 70 stands in a class of its own. Welcome to the new standard in portable performance. Now playing Evolve 70. Astro, no.
You ready? Here come the drop. Here come the drop.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb, to freeze when these people talk too much, put that I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze when these people talk too much, put that in slow motion. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G.O.D. I don't believe you. She keep playing me dumb. I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental. Let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought. No flow rain was pouring down. See that pain was all around. See my mode was kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn. Slow was cool, but I still feel burned. Energy up, you can feel my surge. I'm everything like this purge. Let's just get this straight for a second. I'ma work, even if I don't get paid for progression.
Should we go next level?
Yes, let's
The new Evolve 90 Extreme Performance. Electrovoice's boldest innovation yet. Column system convenience and aesthetics combined with conventional loudspeaker output. As the only 18-inch column system in its class, the Evolve 90 delivers extreme low-end power down to an earth-shaking 28 Hz, room-filling sound at 134 dB max SPL, and unmatched clarity. This system guarantees your sound reaches every corner with authority. Built with Electrovoice's precision engineering, it's designed for professionals who need the very best. If you're ready to make an impact, the Evolve 90 is the system to make it happen. Now hear us, Evolve 90.
Sounds like a fucking club. Sick. How we banging? That's sick. That's right. Oh my. Now you go. Y'all did it. That'll do it, man. Y'all did it. Hey, you told us to. We did it. We did it. The time has come. Put them on notice. They're on notice now. Now you know. DJ Collective, they're gonna be there. Yes, sir. Yeah, right. They're gonna be at DJ Collective. We'll get them at MEX, all that stuff.
I'm gonna let them finish what they're doing. They're still setting up. Mike, you guys did it, man. If you guys are coming to the DJ Collective in Arizona, you'll be able to hear these for yourself. Probably one of the first places in the world you'll be able to hear them, unless you're here at NAMM today like I am. I'm getting ready to go take this footage and get it edited and push this out to the people. Man, thank you for this behind the scenes tour. I mean, truly, that is my initial reaction. I just took off sprinting around the room. Like, it is a completely different sound. And you know, I love the 50s. I've used them since the day they came out, but we are on a different plane right now.
And look, it's still fresh in my head. I'm still learning about these things, right? But if there's something we forgot about in the video, just ask. Comments below. I'm going to be helping monitor, so we'll answer anything that you guys want to know. Just ask, and we'll make sure we get those answers to you as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. Mike is great about going in the comments on my YouTube videos. Again, if you want to ask Evie questions, throw them in the chat down below or in the comments, and he'll get back to you personally.
I got you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming, dude. So great to have you here.
I'm stoked.
It's the big stuff. Let's go.
Okay, guys. So I'm about to put a bow on this video. I think I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Like we said, if you have any questions, put them underneath this video. Mike himself from EV will personally respond to them and answer any other stuff that I didn't get to today. But no BSing around. Like, that is my legit reaction. I wish you guys were here. I hope you get to hear these things. But you rarely hear me say this. Trust me, if you want these, go ahead and put down a deposit or whatever with your favorite retailer of choice. I love NLFX. Obviously, I get all of my EV stuff from those guys. I'm just still kind of blown away. It sounds like going from like a mobile rig that we're all used to, you know, with the 50s, and then literally walking out of like a wedding and walking into a nightclub, something that has super low boom boom, and holy shit, man. I'm just kind of blown away. Sorry. I just took a lap around the room. I'm so excited about these things. So hopefully I'm going to get on the list, put my deposit down, and like he said, hopefully get them before wedding season. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you're new to me, new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and then, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about them. I wish you could hear them, but if you have any other questions that didn't get answered today, make sure you drop them below, and Mike will get right on it. I hope you enjoyed your first look at EV's brand new Evolve 70 and Evolve 90 live from NAMM. Thank y'all.